NDTV. And you're watching NDTV 24/7.
Welcome to our special show on swine flu, and get all your answers about the H1N1 virus answered right here. It's our effort really to clarify any doubts that you may have, and remember, there's no need to panic. And to answer all your questions in studio, we're joined by a panel of experts: Dr. J.M. Dua, Senior Consultant in the Internal Medicine Apollo Hospital; Dr. Sanjeev Bagai, Head of Pediatrics at the Rockland Hospital; and also joining us from AIIMS, Dr. Randeep Guleria, Professor of the Department of Medicine. Thank you so much all for joining us. And as always, our science editor, Pallav Bagla, also taking all your questions here. Well, let's get you first the latest news. There is panic in Pune. Residents are now queuing up to get themselves tested for swine flu. Long queues outside the government-designated hospitals have formed, and young and old with green masks are waiting. 14-year-old Rita's death this Monday has rattled the people. As of now, 7 fresh cases, in fact, have been confirmed in the last 3 days in Pune, and the civic authorities are spraying disinfectants on the hospital premises. Meanwhile, Rita's family is filing an FIR against the hospital in a short while. And 4 more cases of swine flu have been confirmed in St. Anne's School. That's where Rita Sheikh studied. The 14-year-old died of the virus 2 days ago. There's news of 1 girl testing positive for the H1N1 virus. That came yesterday evening, while the other 3 cases have been confirmed early this morning. One of the girls, in fact, was a friend of Rita's, is in class 10. The other girl who tested positive is in class 4, whereas the ages of the other 2 girls are not known. All 4 girls have been quarantined in the government hospital, that's Naidu Hospital in Pune. The school, which was to reopen today, in fact, has now been closed for another 8 days. Well, let's get started with all your questions. Remember to call in with any queries that you might have. But doctors, this panic that we're seeing in Pune, we're seeing parents lining up to get this testing done, even if they have symptoms which may not be so serious.
I think this is a very much a knee-jerk reaction as far as the public is concerned. I do understand that case fatality brings about a lot of emotional sentiments, and my deepest condolence for the family which lost a young child. But all the same, I think if there is any query or any doubt, I think the patient should visit their local physician, their local doctor, their local pediatrician. If their local doctor, who's well-trained, identifies a patient to have any suspected illness mimicking the lines of H1N1, only then we ask the patients to get any sort of diagnostic test done. But any illness need not be H1N1. All fevers are not related to upper respiratory tract infections, and all upper respiratory tract infections definitely are not H1N1.
Right, but Dr. Dua, do you think we're seeing this situation in which private doctors in Pune and perhaps in Mumbai and other cities as well are sending patients on to government hospitals immediately because they don't want to in any way be seen as responsible if something goes wrong later?
Maybe because of this panic reaction that has been created. But I personally feel that doctor is the best judge. He or she should first see whether one really, as Dr. Bagai has said, really fits in that criteria, because sending every patient for all these tests is not feasible also. It's because cold and this virus was very common. I've seen a couple of patients today morning itself. I have not asked them to go for this. You have to keep them under observation, under watch, and I think most of them are not.
All right. Well, we have our first caller, Geeta Amlabi, calling in from Mumbai. Go ahead with your question, Geeta.
Yeah, good morning, doctor. I would like to ask the following question, clarification from you. What are the symptoms of H1N1 or swine flu which are different than other type of fever, which can make it detectable so that we can take care of the same?
This is one of the main questions I think everyone has.
It's important here to note that a vast majority of patients, almost 50% or more of the patients who have this as a suspicion, are actually in the pediatric age group. The clinical presentations, the signs, the symptoms, be it cough, high-grade fever, sore throat, mild breathlessness, can mimic any upper respiratory infection or lower respiratory infection, just like influenza. So you may have a viral infection or you may even indeed have a bacterial infection.
Tubar.com